Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends, followers, YouTubers, subscribers and Trevorites, but mainly good afternoon to the subscribers, because you're the ones that keep this channel growing. But, as I always say, if you're watching this right now and you have not yet subscribed, why not? It's free. Well, people, I've been saying for a long time, yes, I have, and many of you have agreed with me. You get the odd comment that say, Trevor, I disagree. Well, I would like to point out that the United States and the United Kingdom's relationship is probably at its lowest that it's ever been. Due to not the American people, not the country, not the citizens. The guy who currently sits in the wheelchair in the Oval Office, Mr. Biden. Yes, the bumbling fool. Yes, and we're having to go along with this. Yes, I'm not saying my Prime Minister is any better, but at least my Prime Minister will go out and try and do things. Yes, previous Prime Ministers have made lots of mistakes in Northern Ireland. Politics is one of those games where, yes, sometimes they lie, many times they lie, to achieve their agenda. But what are we seeing now? Right, the 20th of January, 2021. Yes, Biden gets inaugurated. There he is, the new president. And what happens with the UK-US trade deal? Becomes nil and void, doesn't it? Nothing seems to happen for quite a few years. Yes, we're seeing this American-Irish connection, which goes against US-UK connection. Can we not have both? Seems that we can't. Well, straight away we're seeing this connection where Mr. Biden tends to ignore us. Yes, he does. Yes. Well, he certainly proved that in Afghanistan. He doesn't need anyone's help. If you're going to mess things up on the colossals, everything in America is bigger. Everything in America is great. Even the fuck-ups. Look at Afghanistan. Let's leave everything there. Let's not tell our partners, and let's just sneak home. Yes, yeah. Try telling the dead US families who had members of their families killed while serving in Afghanistan because of the disgusting way that happened. Yes, let's not talk about the Iraq and Gulf War. Let's not talk about the weapons of mass destruction, the lies coming from the White House. Yes, which we went along with, tiptoed behind you. And now we're seeing something which is the worst I've ever seen. Yes, President Biden, what's he done now? Yep, he's decided to put the knife in the back of the UK and stop our own defence minister from leading NATO. Yes, now which I find quite strange, because America is always saying NATO is obsolete, NATO's this, NATO's that. Would it not have been a better idea to have the guy in charge of NATO being the best friend of the US? Would that not have been the best way to move forward? Nope, seems not. It seems Ben Wallace has had a stab in the back now, and that chance of him becoming the leader of NATO is now dead and buried. But let's not worry about that. We've had things like that happening for quite some time. It wasn't that long ago that President Biden brought his motorcade to the United Kingdom. Yes, the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, where he went to the north, where he had his American flags, a Star-Spangled Banner on his beast vehicle. But then he went to the south, and he had one of his own country's flags replaced with an Irish tricolour. Yes, he did. Yeah, that was a bit of a snub to the UK, was it not? I think it was. And what did he say when he was in these meetings with Sinn Féin and all these meetings? I wrote it down here. He wanted to make sure that the Brits didn't screw around. The Brits didn't screw around. Quite insulting to say that, but there we go. That's his opinion. What else is happening? Well, the former First Minister of Northern Ireland, Arlene Foster, makes a statement to say, yes, it's quite clear that President Biden hates the UK. That's a former First Minister. Yes, well, was that taken before or after he had the selfie with Gerry Adams? Now, I know people are going to say, but the King shook hands with Gerry Adams. So did the Queen. Yeah, that was to sort of end the rift. People have a long memory. We remember what happened, but we're trying to move forward. Yeah, but, you know, it's quite strange, isn't it, what's been happening? Yes. Do you believe that the US and UK have a terrible relationship? It seems like that, doesn't it? I know they put it out on their social media about, shaking hands with the Prime Minister. Imagine shaking hands with our own Prime Minister and saying, yes, Rishi. In fact, was that before he called Rishi Sunak the President? Yes, the President of the USA called our own Prime Minister President Sunak. Yes, to his face, which is a bit strange. So he has a chat with Rishi Sunak They shake hands. He says, I will support you. You've got a great diplomatic genius to lead NATO. You really do. And then the minute our Prime Minister heads back to the UK, he's like this, but I prefer the Dutch Prime Minister. The Dutch Prime Minister could do a lot better job. Yes. Stab in the back, isn't it? Well, there we go, people. No point hiding behind nonsense. Tell people what they need to know. Be honest. And I think I said something about President Biden. Was it last year on TV? Yeah, I think I called him something. Yes, but anyway, I'll not use that word, but the sentiment was correct. Listen, people, have a great day, but most of all, stay safe.